Look at it, boy. Let's go!
This was my first time running the Teanaway Country 100 miler in 2023. I finished in second place, but that was only the beginning of my Teanaway story. I am coming back to Teanaway this September. I chose Teanaway as my goal race back in 2023 for several specific reasons. First, training for a race with more than 30,000 feet of elevation gain and loss meant spending months running up and down steep, rugged mountains, places I feel most like myself. Second, I love Teanaway's trails. Every mile here is earned. If you're willing to negotiate the loose dirt, rocks, roots, and relentlessly steep climbs, you are rewarded with views that not many will ever experience. And given that the race start is only about an hour drive from my house, these mountains feel like my backyard. And third, I wanted to chase a goal that scared me. After completing the course in 2023 and finishing over an hour faster than my A goal, it changed what I believed was possible. But it also raised new questions. How much faster could I possibly run on this course? In 2025, I set out to answer that question. I kept training, racing, and quietly building towards lining up at the same charming DIY wooden arch I'd lined up at in 2023. But just a few weeks before the race was to be held, a massive fire started.
Dry conditions are fueling the Labor Mountain fire to explode in size.
Now over 35,000 acres. The fire is burning in steep terrain with strong winds making conditions dangerous.
Holy crap. Oh my goodness gracious.
Our brave firefighters worked tirelessly to contain the Labor Mountain fire, and they prevented it from becoming a real tragedy. While over 30,000 acres of forest burned, the only structure that was lost was a vacation cabin that was not anyone's permanent residence. From what I could find in my research, no lives were lost due to the fire, but a wildland firefighter was struck by a tree while fighting the fire. News sources say he ended up ultimately being okay, and my deepest gratitude goes out to him and the rest of the heroic firefighters that fought the Labor Mountain fire, as well as the Sugarloaf Mountain fire that was burning at the same time only about 50 miles away. Given the scale of the Labor Mountain fire, I wasn't sure whether there'd be another Teanaway race, or if it'd even be possible to hold an event on a similar route. So when I began looking at potential races for 2026, I wrote Teanaway off entirely. But to my surprise, the Labor Mountain fire left the race course mostly unaffected. The registration for the 2026 event went live, and just like that, I had Teanaway back on my calendar. The obvious goal for me is to improve my time from 2023 and go for the win. And while I do plan to try for those things, they're not my main drivers. I love the training that Teanaway necessitates, spending many long days playing in the mountains. Last year, preparing for this race, I had my biggest and most challenging year of training yet, and even though Teanaway was ultimately canceled, I didn't feel robbed. I felt grateful for a North Star goal that continually pulled me to the trailheads of my favorite mountains and got me out the door on days where my stoke was low. Teanaway is a place near and dear to my heart, and it's the perfect venue to not just test my training, but to celebrate what my body is capable of. I haven't always been athletic. I was always on the heavier side growing up, and was 300 pounds by the time I was 16. Through running, I was able to drop the weight, change my life, and do things I never could have dreamed of doing. I try to keep that old version of Jake in mind, and let my running be proof to him that anything is possible. I just turned 30 this month, and I've had a tradition since I turned 26 of running my years in miles. To kick off this year of training, and to celebrate my birthday, I ran the Pullman Winter Ultra 50K, a community-driven race that is really just an excuse for local runners to get together and share miles in questionable winter conditions, and enjoy free coffee and pastries from the coffee shop that serves as the start-finish line. Winter training isn't always all that inspiring or exciting, but every run logged now is just preparing me to be ready for those long mountain days once the snow melts. And even though winter is easily my least favorite season to run in, I still find a lot of joy in the cold weather grind. In the spirit of doing things that scare me, I'm going to document my training this year. I am entirely new to making videos, and putting myself out there is uncomfortable for me. But if I can motivate or inspire even one person to try something out of their comfort zone by giving the world a little window into my training, then it's well worth it.
Have heart and happy trails.
I don't feel weak.